Examples of the bad trust. Before I do that, though, I want to talk about a very, very distinct element when it comes to trust. But first and foremost, let me get into this. Let's be the distinction, of trust. The overwhelming amount of information available for trust is going to be statutory. Statutory in nature. What is statutory? Statutes. Legislation enacted by the state and the state representatives. 9 times out of 10, you're going to go to an attorney, have them draw up a trust. They're going to say it's private. You're going to believe them. It's not going to be private. I want to point this out. In the public, those in my field refer to public education and information as controlled knowledge. I don't care how many letters or designations you have behind your name, you have controlled knowledge. That's what they want you to know. Those who study law, history, banking, and trust know that the educational system in America is controlled by private families through endowments. An endowment is a contract between a trust, foundation, or nonprofit with a hospital, university, or college, and with universities or colleges to teach a specific curriculum. You go to a college, university, you see African American studies, Nordic studies, Islamic studies. That school, that university or college is not paying for that curriculum to be taught. There is a private trust, family trust, or family foundation that is paying for that curriculum to be taught. I'm not going to get into the fundamentals of an endowment, but I want you to research endowments. Now, when you're dealing with controlled knowledge is public knowledge. In my field, we call it controlled knowledge. Out here on high frequency, the foundation, so on and so forth, I call it public knowledge because you understand what I'm saying, my audience. But in my field, when I'm dealing with those consultants who do what I do or have the ability to do what I do, we call it controlled knowledge. And once again, I don't care what you got behind your name, Esquire, BA, AB, D, I don't care what it is. You have controlled knowledge. That's what they want you to know. The other type of information, which is, public information, is what is known as private information. This is information that's passed down through families. And I want you to understand this private information is highly, highly coveted. It is privately trademarked and patented. If it ever gets into the public, whoever put it there is going to be dealing with some sort of legislative adjudication plus a private tort possibly. And people who know do not put it out. So I want to tell you, first and foremost, the overwhelming amount of information available in the public is for statutory trusts, not private trusts, not contract trusts, trust agreements, not trust contracts, trust agreements. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Cool. So please understand that private knowledge is not to be found in any way, shape, or form in its whole substantive existence in the public. It's not going to happen. You're not going to go private by doing Google searches. It's not going to happen. Trust me. I don't care how good you are at keywords. So with that being said, we through my experience of, being a mentor in this very, very narrow niche with regards to corporate structure and private wealth management, I've come across a plethora of ridiculous so-called private contract trusts. I have one in front of you. Private contract trust agreement is the header. First of all, that's an oxymoron. If y'all don't know what an oxymoron is, a wet dry is an oxymoron. Excitedly calm, that's an oxymoron. Words that contradict each other used together is an oxymoron. Private contract trust agreement is an oxymoronical phrase, in my opinion. To me, it's a private contract trust. I don't know why they put agreement in there. That kind of starts talking about public and stuff. But whatever. But before I get to this, I want to talk about situs of a trust. So if y'all email me, I'm looking through, I got like 3 or 4 different sources that I'm looking at. If you email me and you put trust docs in the header, I'll email you the stuff that I'm going over right now. But situs selection and change of situs for trusts. What is situs? Location or place where a thing is considered with reference to jurisdiction or power to tax. Understand me? You understand me? When you're dealing with types of situs, hold on, let me back up. What is the significance of selecting a specific situs? Answer: property is subject to taxation. Curry, State Tax Commissioner of Alabama versus McCandless, Commissioner of Finance and Taxation of Tennessee. New York could tax a revocable trust administered in Colorado if a settler or the settler was domiciled in New York. I want to let you know we're talking about statutory trusts right now. I don't want to get it confused. There's 2 different types of trusts with regards to jurisdiction and creation. And there's over 80 different types of specific trusts: asset protection trust, remainder trust, charitable trust, so on and so forth. There's a lot. And whether those are public or private, I don't know. You got to let me know. You got to let yourself know, tell me, tell you. I don't know. I'd have to look at the indenture to tell you what it is. And it says, see Richard Neno's summary of state tax laws for non-grantor trusts. Jurisdiction for purposes of litigation. Hansen versus Denkla. Even though the trust was domiciled in Florida, Florida has no jurisdiction over inter vivos trust established and administered in Delaware with property held by a Delaware trustee. The Delaware trustee was not subject to personal jurisdiction of Florida court. Delaware not required to give full faith and credit to Florida judgment that was entered without an indispensable party. We go to Uniform Trust Code, Section 202. Trustee submits personally to jurisdiction of courts by accepting trusteeship of trust with principal place of administration in state, capital state, or by moving place of administration to the state, capital S state. Beneficiaries of trust with principal place of administration in the state, capital S, are subject to the jurisdiction of the courts of the state, capital S, regarding any matter involving the trust. There may be other methods of obtaining jurisdiction. There are. From the level of a state. All right? So we're talking about really types of situs, and I'm going to get into a bad trust contract. And hopefully you're following along because there's a reason why I'm going over this. Types of situs. This is, let me see, the state of a trust situs. The PDF by Kelly Dancy, J.D. All right? So it has been suggested that there are up to 4 different situses a trust can have. So there's an administrative situs, also referred to as the principal place of administration. This refers to where the administration principally occurs. Locational situs refers to where the assets are physically located. Tax situs refers to the states that have the ability to tax the trust, that is, whether the trust is a resident or non-resident trust for state fiduciary income tax purposes. And jurisdictional situs refers to the state whose courts have jurisdiction to hear matters concerning the trust. Jurisdictional situs may be affected by the other types of situs and is non-exclusive, meaning multiple states could theoretically assert jurisdiction over the trust. Like if a certain state if the certain state, let's say like, I don't know, Florida is the location where trust assets are located. If a certain state, Montana, is the location where the settler or the grantor of the trust resides, or if there's a certain state where the trustee of the trust resides, that is not or does not coincide with the state where either the trust situs is or where the settler situs is or the trustee situs. And this can get, this can start getting really weird, but I just want to let you know there are 4 different types with regards to trusts of situs: administrative situs, locational situs, tax situs, and jurisdictional situs. All right? So now, what are we talking about? When it comes to, situs. Situs is very important. And it will always be important. Governing law. The meaning and effect of the terms of a trust are determined by 1, the law of the jurisdiction designated in the terms, unless the designation of that jurisdiction law is contrary to a strong public policy of the jurisdiction having the most significant relationship to the matter at issue, or 2, in the absence of a controlling designation in the terms of the trust, the law of the jurisdiction having the most significant relationship to the matter at issue. What does that mean? So if you're not invoking jurisdiction in your trust indenture, or a proper jurisdiction isn't invoked in your private contractual trust indenture, that private contractual trust indenture more than likely is going to fall under the Restatement of Laws of Trust, and it's going to fall under statutory trust law. What am I talking about? First and foremost, there's 3 different types of trusts that the Internal Revenue Service recognizes: a simple trust, a grantor trust, and a complex trust. Now, with regards to taxation, only one of those trusts are allowed to disperse to the beneficiaries 100% of its taxable income. So therefore, it pays and owes no tax, or donate 100% of its taxable income to a charity and receive a charitable deduction on the Trust 1041. The other 2 trusts fall under statutory law, and even all the trusts will fall under statutory law depending on the indenture. But the main trusts, simple and grantor, are going to fall under statutory law. Situs is important. So we got the private. So like I said, I got trustees. I have trustees that'll hit me up and they'll be like, well, I already got a trust, man. I don't need the trust, man. So I know you give trust indentures and it's a part of your donation, for the trust indenture. But, what if I don't need the trust indenture? Look, fam, I'm going to tell you straight up. There is absolutely no way that I'm going to train you on how to administer a trust when I don't know what trust you're administering. You're going to have a problem in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So L is still going to be doing business. And I'm not going to let or allow anyone to go through my training and not get all the materials and then try to administer a trust that I did not create or help create. And then if a problem arises, say, well, so L trained me. So it was so. He scammed me. I'm not playing that. One of the contractual obligations with regards to the Sole L Trust and the Foundation Trust is that the trustees do not do anything to tarnish the good name of the trust. I take that very seriously. If I were to educate someone with regards to administration and not know exactly what type of contract they're administering, I run the risk of bringing negativity to the good trust name. I'm breaching contract. Fiduciary responsibility is very, very important to me. So I had a, trustee was taught, hey, so I already have a trust, man. I already bought a trust. I just need to know how to administer it because they just took my money, gave me the contract, and left. Look, I'm not teaching you how to administer any trust. I teach you how to administer a specific trust. I know this trust. I've seen it in action, seen it, witnessed it, been a part of it, demonstrated, enforced it. I know this contract. I don't know your contract. I don't know what the capabilities, I don't know what the flaws are. I don't know nothing. So why don't you, if you feel so kind, send me a copy of the indenture you're talking about, and I'll look it over. Well, this trustee was so kind to send me the copy of the indenture. Within 3 minutes of reading this thing, I emailed them and told them that this is crap. All right? So I'm going to read this. Declaration of Trust. The trust created by the grantor herein shall be known as, and then there's the name of the trust. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to say the name of the trust. Hereinafter referred to as the trust. The corpus of the trust will be real property. That's the first mistake, in my opinion. Real property refers to commercial real estate. Commercial real estate falls under the jurisdiction of the state. So that's the minimum contact right there. I don't like that. Now, do you put property in a trust? Absolutely. Do you create a trust and the corpus of the trust is the real property? Yes, sure. But it's not described. The way it's described in here, the description is a public description. I'm going to tell you that. They use the information from the deed, and I'm going to tell you, privately, we don't use that type of measurements. Privately, we use what is known as meets and bounds. Jewel. The grantor will convey or cause to be conveyed, fee simple, absolutely, by the deed. Said property is described and attached in Exhibit A. The trustee shall hold full legal and equitable title to said property in trust, only for the use and purpose stated under the terms of this agreement, and any valid addendum hereto duly executed by the parties, if permissible, in the state in which the real property sits. Title shall be held in the name of the trust itself, to wit, and then put the name of the trust. Otherwise, the trustee shall hold the title in his or her name, an individual as trustee and not personally of the name of the trust. Okay. I do not train trustees to hold property in their name. No, we own nothing and control everything. You understand how I'm sitting here tearing this thing down? The objects and purpose of the trust shall be to hold full legal equitable title to trust property until its sale, disposition, or liquidation, or until the trust is terminated or expires by its own terms or as a matter of law. What law? What? This thing is bad. The trustee shall not undertake any activity that is not strictly necessary to the achievement of the foregoing objects and purposes, nor shall the trustee transact business within the meaning of applicable state law or any other law, nor shall this agreement be deemed to be. So hold on. The trustee shall not transact business within the meaning of applicable law, state law, or any other law, nor shall this agreement be deemed to be or create or evidence the existence of a corporation de facto, de jure, or Massachusetts trust, or any type of business trust, or an association in the nature of a corporation, or a co-partnership, or joint venture, limited liability company. Okay, so that part right there, I like that. They're saying what the trust is not and what it won't be associated to. Now, when it comes to a contract, the contract makes the law. So I like that. Trustee has paid no consideration for the conveyance of real property described in. I like that. But here, let's get to the part where I really, really didn't like. Where is it? Rights and duties of the beneficiary. Here's a big one. This is a red flag. The beneficiary of this trust shall be entitled to all of the earnings, avails, and proceeds of the trust property according to their interests set opposite their respective names. No beneficiary shall have any legal or equitable right, title, or interest as realty, must be a typo, in or to any real estate held in trust under this agreement, or right to require partition of that real estate, but shall have only the right set out below, and the death beneficiary shall not terminate this trust or in any manner affect the powers of the trustee. The interest of the beneficiary shall consist solely of the following rights respecting to the trust property: the right to direct the trustee to convey or otherwise deal with the title to the trust property as hereinafter set out. Okay, so any beneficiary having a right to direct the trustee to do anything, that trust and the assets of that trust can necessarily be taxed to that beneficiary. You do not want to give your beneficiary powers like this. The right to participate in the management and control of the trust property. No, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Man, this is terrible. I mean, look, there are specific laws regarding what was just written in here, right here, regardless of the nature of the language in the previous page, brings this trust under statutory jurisdiction, under state jurisdiction. The right to receive the proceeds and avails from the rental, sale, mortgage, or other disposition of the trust property. Beneficiaries are subject only. The only thing they have is to receive disbursements from the trustees if the trustee so sees fit according to the indenture. What was just described right here as far as the powers of the beneficiaries will get you in trouble. Will get you in trouble. These are elements of a public trust masquerading as a private trust. Here we go. The trustee shall not copy or show the agreement to any individual entity other than the beneficiary or successor trustees. Well, I guess they breached their, hey, they sent it to me, whatever. Nor shall the trustee reveal the identity of the beneficiary or the trust property to any individual or entity except by way of a court order duly executed by justice or magistrate of a court of competent jurisdiction. The trustee shall not record this agreement. Okay, so, but they're not invoking what the competent jurisdiction is in here. The trustee, as sole owner of record of the trust property, has the following powers with respect to the trust property: to borrow, to issue notes. This is normal. Take possession of trust property in an event it becomes vacant. I don't like that. To purchase any additional real property, okay. To rent, lease, okay. To repair, alter, okay. To make, execute, acknowledge, and deliver all deeds, okay. To collect notes, rent obligations, okay. To pay all lawful taxes, okay. To represent the trust and the beneficiary in all suits, okay. Keep a careful and complete record of the beneficial interest in the trust. Accurate books. Nothing in this agreement shall preclude the powers and authorities of the trustee as defined by state law, code, or statute, unless such additional powers shall cause this agreement to be construed as a trust, as defined in Section 30177-01-4 of the Procedure and Administration of Regulations of the Internal Revenue Code. Anybody knows you don't mix public and private. If this is a private contract, there would be no mention of public code. Compensation. The grantor agrees that the trustee shall receive the sum of $100 per year for his or her services as trustee. I guess it's under $500 is not taxable. Where am I looking? The trustee, dealings with trustee, beneficiary not bound by trustee, term of agreement. I like that. Assignment of beneficial interest. So this is the beneficiary certificates. This is all bad. The interest of a beneficiary or any part of that interest may be transferred only by written assignment executed in duplicate and delivered to the trustee. Okay. That's a statutory trust. That is not the type of trust that the IRS or the state will recognize as being a private trust. Governing law. This agreement and all transactions contemplated hereby shall be governed by, construed, and enforced in accordance with the laws of the state of, and they put a state in here, man. So hold on. So you gonna tell me where's that page, man? Where's the page where they're talking all that nonsense? Bunch of nonsense, man. The trustee shall not undertake any activity that is not strictly necessary, blah, blah, blah. Trustee transact business with the meaning applicable state law, any other law, nor shall the agreement be deemed to be or create or evidence the existence of a corporation, de facto or de jure, or a Massachusetts trust, or any type of business trust, or an association in the nature of a corporation, or a co-partnership, or joint venture, limited liability company, blah, 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 similar. I mean, come on, man. So, to the state, the parties herein waive trial by jury and agree to submit to the personal jurisdiction and venue of a court of subject matter jurisdiction located in the county in which the property sits. In the event that litigation results from or arises out of this agreement or the performance thereof, the parties agree to reimburse the prevailing party's reasonable attorney fees, court costs, and all other expenses, whether or not taxable by the court as costs, in addition to any other relief to which the prevailing party may be entitled. In such an event, no action shall be entertained by said court or any court of competent jurisdiction if filed more than 1 year subsequent to the date of cause of action actually accrued, regardless of whether damages were otherwise, as of said time, calculable. I'm just going to chill, man. I mean, yeah. Governing law. I mean, this just murdered the entire thing. This agreement and all transactions contemplated hereby shall be governed by, construed, and enforced in accordance with the state of, and they got the state there. So you got this private contract trust agreement, and in the trust, the indenture, the contract itself, invokes the governing law of the state. Come on, man. These are the examples of bad private trust contracts. They're terrible. They're terrible, man. You're not going to know until it's too late. You're going to title your assets. You're going to open the bank accounts. You're going to be operating. Everything's going to be going smoothly. The IRS doesn't audit until, they usually wait 3 or 4 years to do an audit, hoping that you don't have substantiation. 3 years later, you get your stuff set up, right? Is this guru going to be around 3 years later? Does this guru have a track record of sustainability as far as what they're purportedly teaching? Can this guru break it down as to why specific points of law are necessary to be observed when crafting a trust contract? Is this guru going to be able to assist you pending any type of creditors or litigation, lawsuits, bankruptcies? Or are you left to figure it out? Have you titled all your property, cars, vehicles, and so on and so forth in a trust that invokes state jurisdiction? Did you pay a guru to craft your trust, and in that contract, the contract invokes state jurisdiction? It's a valid question. It's an important question. The difference between public and private. You can have a private contract and bring it into the public easily. You can commit and submit to minimum contacts with the public that will bring a heavy jurisdictional element onto your trust. It's done every day. I read case law religiously, and I see it happen all the time. The mismanagement and misadministration of your private estate is one thing to get it set it up. That's really the easy part. The proper administration is the problem. Once again, the overwhelming amount of information available in the public is for statutory trusts, public trusts. Trusts that owe their existence to legislation or a private trust that invokes the jurisdiction of the legislative body of the state. You're not going to know. This trustee had a property in this trust. Luckily, they got with me. We were able to create a proper asset protection trust and then title this property in that trust. Luckily, there was no creditors, no litigation, there was no problem, there was no divorce, there was no bankruptcy, there was no nothing. And they were able to get what I would consider squared away before anything happened. But that's not always the case. Now, when you're dealing with jurisdiction, and this is, remember, this is public, so this is, we're going to, more than likely, when we're looking at public information with regards to trust, we need to default that more than likely they're talking about statutory trust. And there are many jurisdictions, both onshore and offshore, in which it is possible to set up a trust. When choosing the best jurisdiction, it's important that it offers a strong tradition of enforcing laws, an English common law system, an established reputation for trust business, modern legislation, including contemporary trust concepts, particularly asset protection trust, and low or no taxation for trust. In light of these requirements, the onshore jurisdictions such as the UK, USA, and Australia are unsuitable because of high tax. Some jurisdictions are not recommended because of political uncertainties or because they have only recently started to attract trust business, with the result of their courts and professionals have limited trust experience. Other jurisdictions, whilst being noted for their expertise, have not kept pace with the modern trends in legislation that bring additional benefits and additional protection to trust assets. Some of the more traditional trust jurisdictions, such as Jersey and Guernsey, fall into this category. So these guys are talking about doing trust in the Isle of Man and Gibraltar and Guernsey. And, talking about prospective trustees in those respective jurisdictions. But like I said, when you're dealing with this stuff, you got to assume that they're talking about public. And that was public, and they're going outside the United States jurisdiction statutorily to deal with these types of entities. I want to let you know the best tax haven in the world is in the United States. The Rothschilds Bank is in the United States now. They just moved it. The wealthy are coming back to the United States. Since 1984 or 85, wealth has been pouring into the United States. Private wealth, private holdings, private assets. How do I know? I help manage them. For others, for clients, I help manage them for myself. I'm familiar with the legislation. I'm familiar with the laws regarding these types of trusts. You want a contract trust? You got to know what you're doing. You got to get with someone who knows what they're doing. Do not play yourself. Do not play your heirs. You pass on and give them a headache to deal with because you didn't want to do the due diligence with regards to setting up your private estate. You didn't want to go the extra mile to make sure that it was set up properly, that it was crafted properly, that you were trained properly. And it will come back to bite you. It definitely will. So let that be known. As I wrap it up, if you would like any information, you want a consultation, you want information on private trustee training, what is it, how do you do it, so what makes it different than this guy, what do you do that's different than this guy, so on and so forth. I've heard it all. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. It's best to learn from those who are doing what you are learning to do, not from those who are talking about doing what you are learning to do. Does that make sense? And there's a time limit on everyone and everything. Which basically says, I'm not going to be training trustees forever. Those trustees who I've trained, I'll always be open and available to you. But this isn't an indefinite offer. We have to understand the elements necessary to contract. Offer, acceptance. performance consideration. Meeting of the minds is necessary. I figure we're meeting minds right now on this episode, Examples of a Bad Trust Contract. That's the offer. You're looking to accept? Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. You can put in the heading trustee training. I don't do reviews. I don't do testimonies. I don't expect anyone in the private to come out publicly and proclaim what I did for them in the private. That's ridiculous. I don't care. But at any point in time, I may be here for you. This stuff is important. It's important to me. It's important to my family. So therefore, presumptively, if I can be presumptuous, it's important for you. My goal, the thrust and mission of the foundation is to relay and reestablish the foundation of information that we've taken for granted every day so that we can make proper moves, privately and publicly. And I want everybody to be aware of the bad contracts everywhere. Also, predominantly, you're dealing with information that is dealing with public trust. There's a big difference between a public and private trust. The trust that I deal with, upon execution, they become a federal entity, not falling under any laws of the several states or legislatures. A Supreme Court ruling. If you invoke state jurisdiction, or if state jurisdiction is invoked in any of your contracts, if you have any, burn it. I'm just playing. You got to fix it, though. And it's your responsibility to take steps to remedy the situation that you are now aware of. You ain't got to do it with the foundation. Do it wherever. Just do it. I'm going to go to the phone lines in a little bit. We got about 10 minutes left on the broadcast. I guess wow, time flies, y'all. I didn't even realize it. So if you're listening on the internet or whatnot to the show, you're going to want to call in. Call-in number is 424-222-5250. Press 1 if you want to discuss anything that we've been discussing. You know what I'm saying? Phone lines are open once again. 424-222-5250. Holler at me. And like I said, we got about 11 minutes. I said 10, but we got about 11 minutes left in the broadcast. You're going to want to call in. I'm going to go to the first caller. 718 area code 8092. 718-8092. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, so L, how you doing? It's me, Daryl.
Hey,
you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm alright. You? That's good.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm okay. That, just checking out everything, checking out the moves. Yeah, everything's alright. You got a lot of callers tonight?
Yeah, I mean, not too many people, trying to talk, but yeah, it's a lot of callers. Crazy.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not. I haven't figured out the pattern yet.
Okay. I know somebody tonight asked me about the show, like two people, and one guy said he's gonna call in, but I don't know. But elsewhere everything is all right with that, That's why I've just been kind of busy, just doing some things like that, straightening out some things like that. But listen, so man, I love you, and I'm gonna let you take the next caller. I'll catch up with you soon, all right?
I appreciate you too, man. Love you too, fam. Talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, peace. All right, that's my brother Daryl. He knows the deal. That's Darren from Brownsville. Next caller. Oh, let me jump down. 216. I've never seen this number before. 2369. Area code 216-2369. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? (216) 2369.
Hello.
Hello. You're live on the air.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. You're live on the air.
I am so good. How are you?
216. Can you hear me? Because we can hear you. We heard you say hello. All right. Well, maybe I'll come back to you. Might have got, a little spooked. 347-2088. 347-2088. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, kings and queens. Peace, Sot, my brother. God bless. How's everything?
Oh, no complaints. Everything is wonderful. I'm a very, I consider myself lucky, So I really don't complain too much because I can't.
Bless.
Everybody, there's so many people dealing with so much more than I'm dealing with, and, they have so much less that I can't complain. How are you doing, sister?
All is well. Too much is given, much is required. To my kings and queens, you gave some very good jewels tonight. The thing here is mind over matter. Do you make the choice? Do you get scared? Do you stand? Do you run? It's up to the individuals. Consciously, we have to learn to deal with things for us to grow. And until we learn to deal with things for us to grow, we just stay stagnant. My advice to the kings and queens that are listening tonight, to the different communities, make an investment. It's well worth it. You will have a long, victorious, healthy, prosperous standing for yourself, your family, and the generations to come. It's really not too much I can tell them not to do, because we've tried all kinds of things, but try something that's productive in your lives. Make a change. Invest in yourselves. Invest in your private education. It's a lot to learn. It's worth it. And even if you're not ready at the time, send something, donate something to the foundation so you can keep the program on and learn a little bit that you need to know. Because when everything is said and done, you can take away all that's around you, but you can't take away the knowledge and the wisdom that you paid for and invested. Peace, kings and queens. My brother, peace and blessings to you and the family. I'll speak back with you on Sunday. Peace, community. Peace, kings and queens.
Peace, sister. I appreciate you. Love you. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Peace. All right, I'm going to try you again, fam. I'm going to try you one more time, bro. Or sister, I don't know. 216, area code 2369. 216-2369. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? Come on. You press 1 and then came out the queue, then you press 1 to get back in. 216. All right, you're done now. You're done now. What we got next? 813. Wait. Man, what's going on? Okay, that one fell off. Let's do 804-4038. 804-4038. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, brother. So this is Brother Robert out of Virginia.
Priest family, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, brother. Doing pretty good. Definitely getting some out of the information that you're giving. Well appreciated. And I had a question for you.
All right, thank you, man. Yeah, go ahead.
The trust that you were reading about, was that intent to design to be a asset holding trust, do you think, or was it supposed to be multiple intentions with that?
Well, I mean, it was kind of convoluted because it was named the address of a property, real estate. That was the name of the trust, the address of a property. And then it says the objects and purpose of the trust shall be to hold full legal equitable title of this trust property until the sale disposition, so on and so forth. But then when it gets into the trustee powers, the trustees were able to issue notes, borrow money, invest, giving notes, therefore, to assume existing debts and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was kind of convoluted as far as what the purpose of the trust was. You know what I mean? But yeah,
all right.
To me, it seems like an asset protection trust because the name of the trust was the address of the property, the real estate.
Okay, yeah, that was part of the reason I asked. Yeah, part of the reason I asked is because, it seemed like I heard several things in there. So, I believe based on information that I've heard from you that maybe you possibly want to use different trusts for different things or activities.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're holding assets, you use an asset protection trust. But this definitely was an asset trust. I was more speaking to the jurisdiction that they invoked. It was terrible. It came out of the state. So I mean, how is it a private contract when they're invoking state jurisdiction?
Right.
Ignorant. It makes no sense to me at all. Like, it's just, you might as well just made a statutory trust. Because I know the person who sent me this, they paid a lot for it to be private. And what they paid for was essentially a public trust. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got it from some guru. Some guru was like, yeah, I got you. It's going to be private and blah, 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 blah. Invoke state jurisdiction in the contract. Like, ouch.
And so would there ever be a situation where a public trust would work in conjunction with a private trust?
Yeah, depending on, the structure of a particular estate. I've seen like living trusts where the beneficiaries are private trusts, to avoid probate, and but those types of trusts. When you got public trusts, they don't protect from they only protect from probate. They don't protect from creditors and litigation. You know what I mean? So there are protections when you're dealing with a statutory or public trust that you can avail yourself of when you're dealing with a private contractual trust, and you evoke the proper jurisdiction.
Okay, are you able to explain that a little further? That's a little confusing. That's something you're able to discuss further on the air?
As far as the protections, well, so like my trust, let's just say that, they're created in a manner to where the assets are protected from probate, death tax, inheritance tax, generation skipping tax, creditors, litigation, any type of judgments or anything that may come against me personally or any of my heirs or any of my family members. Whereas a state or statutory trust does not have those protections. If I have a living trust and the beneficiaries are my children, but then I'm getting sued, those assets are attachable. Any assets in that living trust are attachable by any judgment or garnishment or anything like that. So it doesn't afford, protections from creditors and litigation. It just protects from probate. A living trust does.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's other components as well, but it would take a lot of time for me to go through all of them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I was just looking to get more clarity. Like you said, that was confusing in terms of exactly what it was meant to do, based on some of the pieces you were reading. So, like you said, that was pretty glaring.
That's an example of a bad trust contract. It's really bad. That thing is bad. I would burn that thing. The only reason why I keep it is for reference. Like, I want to show people. I need to redact the personal information in it and publish it. Put it on my website or something so people, does your trust look like this? If it does, slap the person who sold it to you or whatever. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just joking about the physicality of assault, but, I just want to help people make the correct decision or the more informed decision, whether it's with me or has anything to do with me or not. I don't care.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a bad contract, and there's other things that's bad. I just looked at the time and realized that I had talked through the whole 2 hours. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Except it was very helpful. So the part you pointed out was very helpful. So it helped me get clear on it. So I thank you, brother. I guess I'll let somebody else talk, and I'll touch base with you at a later point.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. I look forward to talking to you soon, man. Have a great evening.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Peace.
Yo, that 216, no, it's not even gonna happen. 216. I'm sorry, man. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. I'm saying, you fool me once, can't fool again. That's Bush, man. Bush cracked me up. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. 813-2196. Area code 813-2196. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Sundiata from Tampa, and I'm with my consort, Anoket L. And we really like the information that you was talking about tonight, and we definitely would like to have more information on how to set up a trust the proper way.
Oh, absolutely. Best way is to email me at admin@welcometothefoundation.com.
Oh, we definitely will. Because everything you was talking about was right on time.
Yeah.
Right on time. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
My
It
pleasure.
was a great reminder. We keep getting emails from you, and today we're going through our stuff, deleting, so we can get more clarity, and you popped up, so we're listening.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All
right, peace.
Peace.
Peace, brother. Peace, sister.
Yes.
Feeling the love. Thank you. I appreciate that. Peace to the kings and queens. Peace to the gods and goddesses. 925-9681. 925-9681. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, what's up, man? This is Brian in the Bay. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
All right. Just, listening to the program, just enjoying it, and liking what you're doing, telling people what's going on. But, only thing I would say is, people got to understand is, like how you quoted the president. There was another man that he wasn't a president, but I guess you could say the so-called founding father. He said that a free man cannot be an ignorant man. You can't be free and be ignorant pretty much at the same time. So you have to choose. Do you want to be free
Yeah.
Huh?
I think that was Jefferson.
That was him. That's why I said not a president, but pretty much, man, you got to choose. Do you really want to be in control? Do your own thing, or do you want people to, tell you how you're supposed to do things? And people got to understand, like, it's not an easy thing to, you're so used to being led another way, then you find out that the information that you got ain't on point, and now you're like, well, I got to actually take responsibility on every aspect. A lot of people just like they want the illusion of responsibility, but they really don't, know how to handle it. And that's one of them, understanding how stuff works. Pretty much, everything's run on contracts, and it should be like the world's run on contract and trust, because that's how it really is. And most trusts seem like, if you understand it, like contracts. So that means the devil's in the details. So you ain't reading your information, and you just trusting some dude because you pay them. That's what happens, bro. So, yeah. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Just people gotta realize if you're gonna take responsibility, or you're gonna let somebody else take responsibility for your action. So that's it.
Appreciate it. Absolutely, man. That's real. Hey, how long were you on the show? Were you on the show since the beginning today?
Yeah.
Was there a time where y'all couldn't hear me?
It was like you couldn't hear you for the first probably I say 20 to 25 or something like that. There was no noise. Then all of a sudden you start talking that I think I said it was 30 minutes in. Damn, almost.
Y'all really think there's something going on, man?
You heard the music and everything, and all of a sudden it just went blank. After the music played and stuff, you didn't hear nothing for a minute, and then all of a sudden it's just about 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, then all of a sudden I start hearing you talk.
That's crazy, man. I apologize, everyone. I was talking. I was doing current events and everything. I was chopping it up with y'all. I blame Blog Talk. Every time I do a show, this thing gets worse. It's back. No wonder why Yusuf left and is on YouTube and stuff. I might have to transition off this platform because this thing is crazy. And every time I do a show, I have a problem with this platform. Every single time.
Man.
So I apologize for that, y'all.
Yeah, what it feels like, man, is they're only going to do so much. And, like you said, you might have to, and others might have to just start trying to, there's plenty of other things, from YouTube and other websites that are popping up, and, work with them or something. But, for the time being, while you here, just, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, people got the message, I felt, so we was able to understand you. Just probably didn't hear as much as the current events.
Okay, yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, I'm going to have to, I should have, because I checked. I did a mic check before I even came on. But whatever.
Yeah, I
it's all good.
Mic check, bro. We didn't hear nothing, man. All we heard was the music.
That's terrible.
And then also it was just quiet. It was quiet for a minute, and then we just heard you in the vents. And I was like, oh, he's there now. So
you know what? That's maybe why the homie called me. I was like, why is this fam calling me in the middle of my show? And I see I got an email from Coppertone, and then I got a text message from someone else. I must, couldn't hear me, man. All right, man, appreciate you, man. We streaming, so I'm going to go. I got a couple more callers, and I'm out of here, man. So appreciate you, adding to the foundation, man. Everything good over there? You good? You straight?
I'm good, man. Like I said, we'll talk. I just always like to, give support, man, do what I can, to just help, just give my little 2 cents to help contribute to your platform,
I appreciate it, family. I really do. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Enjoy yourself. Man. Doing your best, man. All right,
man.
You be good.
Yes, sir.
Be safe.
Peace. All right, we got a Skype caller. Looks like 1-1. There's a bunch of ones, man. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah. Peace. So, to the L, what's going on, my brother? This is Balance on the check-in. From all the five boroughs. Keeping it thorough, man. Keeping it thorough, man, from out to all the 5 boroughs. You know what I'm saying? I like what you're doing, man. You dropping the real jewels on everybody, man. You're doing good work, man. I like it. You breaking it down to them as much time that you got on the show, man. And that's good to see that you letting people know it's not just one single trust that can get you where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the right trust in order to deal with the good trust. And that's the trust that you give out, you know? Because you can get hemmed up if you get in the wrong trust with these fake-ass gurus running around, running a smuck, trying to make quick cash off of people's, you know, stupidity and lack of knowledge, you know?
Right.
And, you know, I like seeing that what you doing, man. You keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
Powerful info, you know what I'm saying? You a brother, you right on time, man, with many others. All right?
Yeah,
so I'm going to sign off, man. Let somebody else have the floor. Until then, peace and love.
All right, fam. Peace and love. Appreciate it.
You already know.
All praise is due to the ancestors and the Creator, not in that specific order. I'm like a hollow reed, man. I'm just the messenger. You know, don't worry about the messenger. I appreciate it. I love y'all. I'm just the messenger, man. Let's do the message. Last but not least, I got my main man, family, Coppertone Bay. Peace, fam. What's good?
Peace to the God, man. Peace to the Creator. Peace to all of you who is on this platform tonight. You know, support live in Birmingham, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? It's another day, so you know, I took some unexpected turn and whatnot today. Well, some unexpected swings, you know what I'm saying, came met your brother. So, you know, it's all beautiful because I think about this. The more you endow yourself with information and knowledge, the more you endow yourself, secure your position, you know what I'm saying, and status where you at, you can operate better. And these nuances that we deal with in the public, you know what I mean, they limited. They have their limited jurisdiction. As long as we don't operate within you know, those bounds, we're good. So, and you know, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to remain competent of one's own, you know what I'm saying, estate. I mean, I could just imagine, you know what I'm saying, me trying to give you or come to someone and say, hey, I want this, here you go, money, you know, just do it. And then later on, you got to think about this. I have to, at some point, you have to break this down to maturity because it has them involved. So at some point, you know what I mean, we have to be competent, brother. We got to be more than, we got to be competent of our own affairs. You know, the incompetency of putting it off on someone else, you know, that's immature. You know what I'm saying? It's very immature. You should take honor and pride in definitely, you know, in conducting your own affairs. That puts you in the controller's seat. You know, why would you come to someone and forfeit your controllership? You know, SOL is here to give and administrate controllership. See what I'm saying? So, no, it is what it is, bro. You know, I just feel good. I you know what I'm saying, I thank the Creator, I thank the ancestors, and I thank the divine energy. You know, the breath, but you coming through breathing on us, brother. You know, every time you breathe on us, you know what I'm saying, it's new light, it's new oxygen. You know what I'm saying? It's new iron. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new structure, you know what I'm saying, for us to abide by, you know what I'm saying, for as new and dealing with relationships with one another. So it's beautiful, man. I give thanks though, you know what I'm saying? We here for the truth, and if we are seekers of the truth, then we should tune in. You know what I'm saying? Truth seekers of the truth, means of the mind, you know what I'm saying, they come together all at once. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no bickering, ain't no arguing, ain't no disagreeable.
we're trying to better the condition, then we should be shooting for more solutions and remedies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about, bro. I'm about solutions and remedies. You know, and the challenge comes about too. When you're about solutions and remedies, there will be issues come about. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's truly beautiful though, and that's the reason why I keep my circle tight now on who I deal with, whom I get my information from. You know what I'm saying? So I can put it in context and reference it, just like you did, brother. You know, and give thanks to the individual who came through with the bogus, you know what I'm saying, indenture. That way, because we have to have examples before us. You know what I'm saying? If it had not been for that example, who knows how many of us would have been treading ignorantly, incompetently. You know what I'm saying? Out here like that. So yeah, brother, thanks for the example, prime example, making this. You know what I'm saying? That was a good show tonight too, bro. That's another brick in the foundation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm just doing the dance that I know how, man. I just, I trust that.
Yes, sir. You been well, though? All is well on the other end?
Yeah, man. Everything is great. Yep, everything is good. No problems. Nothing to complain about.
Okay.
I'm just steadily working on, development entities, public and private, to help our community, outside of, the so-called conscious movement. Just our people need help, whether they're, trying to wake up or not. Like, there's a lot of struggles going on, and, our people are the most economically disadvantaged, the most undereducated, and it's just, my thing right now is to set up, entities and structures to assist our people that, maybe don't have the wherewithal or the mentality or the intelligence to question, their reality and what they've been taught. You know what I'm saying? So, that's really what I'm focused on outside of, the foundation and I'm looking to make dynamic impacts within my community and then, to build out from there. So I've been really busy setting up structures and, interfacing with the public and stuff to, bring remedies, so-called remedies, to our people who are still in the public. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I've been doing.
Right. And you're doing well in the way of you doing it, brother. Everybody got their own style, and I'm going to tell you, so, man, yours is original, bro. I mean, I tapped into some of these so-called, gurus and whatnot, and you got some brothers who are authentic and, honest in their own way. But at the same time, you gotta know who's about family, who is for family, who's about actually, building the estate and not just trying to give you a quick fix. So that's what I love about you, brother. You upfront, you 100, you 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? You always have been A1 from day one. You know what I'm saying? So my brother, my brother on the other side, that you always want. You the big brother, or the brother that ones won't. I'm trying to tell you, man, they out there listening. You the one they want, whether they know it or not. So the truth. He is the truth. He's the seeker of truth. Therefore, he is the embodiment of it. You know what I'm saying? So to be on in tune with that, you should be in great standing. We're in a great place right now, family. Despite whatever's going on, like you said, I don't care what's going on in a relationship, whatnot, outside and that, you're in a great place right now. So it's beautiful, bro. And I got some land that's been offered to me today to help come and grow and cultivate on it, so I can steal some of these sciences down to the children. So I may want to go ahead and try to reawaken that nonprofit again. But it's just been sitting there, I understand. The other brother you spoke to, you and Sharif spoke to last summer, he's in California, driving trucks or whatnot. So I'm trying to see what's up, man. Might go ahead and create something, or go ahead and reopen something back up. You know what I'm saying? Because they want me on the land, man. Ferret them, go out there on the land, demonstrate, check it out, check the soil, and see what we can put out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Collard greens, kale, spinach, whatever, all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Self-sustainable. I love growing, bro. I love the whole aspect of growing, period. You know what I'm saying? So, it's beautiful. So, control what you eat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
truly beautiful.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I appreciate that accolades, man. Like, real recognize real. That's all I can say. So,
oh, no doubt.
Be real,
no doubt. And not only it follows and demonstrates. If you're a part of that sequence, then guess what? We're on the same frequency. No, when we talk about trust, we should be in line. Actions, words. It's an actionable. I believe people are missing out. This is not just an indenture or slick indenture or a document or something like that. This is a way of life. Is that not true, so? This is a way of life.
Correct.
Right. So while we out here, first and foremost, we need to be thinking and acting like, trustees, creditors, relationship-wise. We need to be doing that in every aspect of life. Don't just do it applied on this side right here. No, you apply that to your daily. Once you wake up and you breathe that first breath, recognize, yes, it's trust. Yes, it's time to get it. Let's do it. And that's where we're supposed to be, with this aspect. So it's beautiful, man, because I'm going to actually incorporate this to everything, whether it's growing, whether it's music, whatever it is. You got to have trust. You got to have a setup. You got to preserve. You got to protect. You got to pass it on. You got to feel. Security of state. Security of state. We'll do everything else last. Security of state first.
Yes.
That's definitely what it is, man. Truly beautiful, Lord. I'm reaching out to you, man, because I got my sons on board now, and I want to be able to break it, demonstrate this and be able to disseminate and break it down so they can be able to get a little bit more familiar about their duties and what they should be performing. Because I got the things, bro. I got paintings. I got, I got my books. I want to put them up, so they can be preserved and, as an asset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Family is business. Family's important. That's where it's all at right there. So, yeah, I definitely respect that. Definitely.
Yes, sir, man. Ain't gonna hold up. I'm on the max train. We're going in, about to get ready to get out forward in a few. Truly beautiful, though. Give thanks, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you up too and entitle that. You said put trust docs in or training.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Just put trust docs from the show in the subject line. You ain't gotta put nothing else. I'll send it to you.
Right. What's up, man? Truly beautiful, though. What's up? Tell it, get it, family my regards. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And let them know they got a great man on board, man. Great man on board. Definitely. A great man that's creating greater men and women. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All
praise is due to the creator and ancestors, family. I'm just doing my job. Thank you, man. Travel safe, get home safe, man. Love, respect, peace. Enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you soon.
In a minute. Indeed.
In a minute.
Peace.
All right, so they emailed me, this 216. All right, so it look like your name is Bo. So I'm gonna pull you in. I'm gonna try you again. You fool me again. All right, so 216-2369. Peace. Bo.
Peace.
Peace to the guys. How you doing, family? Not much, man. How you doing?
I just want to give you, I wanted to encourage you because I appreciate the fact that this is where you choose to decide. You are in.
Hold on, man. I can barely hear you talking to the mic.
You are enlightening our people. I appreciate the way that you decide. I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. I got some questions right now I can think of. But I appreciate you sending your energy to enlighten us. But we definitely need that to people. We definitely need that to people.
My pleasure.
I will be scheduling some consultations with you because I'm getting my little resources together to donate to people a lot.
My pleasure.
You inspired me. I was having a hard time. I thought you were supposed to push the mute button when you put me in here.
Oh, say it again. Oh no, you just talk. I heard you say hello. You said hello twice. I heard you.
Right.
But it's like you didn't hear me or something.
No, I heard you, but I was saying pushing the mute button. I'm over here in Cleveland. I really would like to invite you here, you know, to invite some of me and my other brothers to guys and guys. But we're going to put that later on. I know somebody else going through and shoot, and like I said, it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to talk to you.
All right, so you say you're gonna email me and you want to set up a consultation?
Yeah.
All right, family. Well, I look forward to talking to you and, assisting you. Just shoot me an email. We'll get it set up. I got to end the show because I think they're going to try to cut me off. But I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate, the kind words, man. Thank you very much. And I look forward to talking to you soon, family. All right, peace. All right, y'all, that's it. I apologize for the dead space. Straight up, I didn't do nothing different. I didn't unmute or nothing that's all blog talk. But I'm gonna listen to my brother Brian Bay. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. It's not to expand, because never to contract. But I want to say I appreciate everyone who checked out the show. I want to say I appreciate the callers that are still on the switchboard right now. I love you. Everyone who checked out the show in the archives, thank you. I hope you got something from it. I trust you did. I hope and trust that you're able to pick up what I'm putting down. This stuff is not a game. And improperly establishing an estate is going to create a headache for your heirs. If it doesn't, create a headache for you as well. So you got to keep that in mind. Quit being cheap, man. Make sacrifices. You got to sacrifice to get what you want. The good things you got to work for. You have to go to school for 4 years to get a stupid high school diploma. And if you got a bachelor's, you went to school for another 4 years. It's called delayed gratification and sacrifice. We live in a world where mediocrity is celebrated and idolized. Being mediocre. Not being responsible. Not taking responsibility for your actions. Blaming other people, so on and so forth. It don't take too much to be above average these days. So let's get it together. I love you. I appreciate you. I respect you. This is why I do this. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to think of 10 things that you're thankful for every morning when you wake up, first thing you do. Every night when you go to sleep, last thing you do. I used to carry around a stone. It was given to me like a keychain, but then the stone fell off the keychain, so I kept the stone. So I kept it in my pocket. So at night, when I, go to change in my pajamas or whatever, I would, take everything out of my pockets. And every time I touched this stone, I would think or say 10 things that I'm thankful for in my life. Whether I was walking down the street or whatever, if I felt it in my pocket, what is that? Oh, it's the stone. And I would say 10 things that I'm thankful for in my life. At night, I would take it out of my pocket, 10 things. In the morning, when I took it off my dresser, put it in my pocket of my new pants or shorts, 10 things. If you do that for 30 days and your life doesn't change, you're doing it wrong. Respect yourself. Enjoy yourself. Put yourself in better positions than you did yesterday. And do your best to invest in your private education. If not for yourself, for your heirs. How much do you hurt watching your children hurt or the ones that you love hurt? How does it make you feel when you can't do anything about it? You know nothing of this world. And the spirit, the physical, who knows? And I don't really get into that, y'all, because why? We're struggling on this level. I do want to say, check out welcometothefoundation.com, email list, Facebook page, Twitter page, sign up for a consultation, sign up for the email list, make a donation if you appreciate what I'm doing. I don't care. It could be $2. I appreciate it. I'll send you a thank you email. Straight up. And, continue to move forward. Continue to invest in your private education. And I'll catch you next week. Same station, same time. only on High Frequency Radio Network. I love you. I appreciate you. Peace to the gods.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.